business you can build is actually a profitable business. Everything else is hearsay. So if you have the chance to build a smart, small, profitable company, I think that's any day better than having to build something where you get in investors who don't understand. So the problem with anything to do with research or anything which is deep tech in that nature, I think there's very limited understanding of what is required. Today, there's a lot of capital available, especially the private capital. There's a lot of capital available, but people need to understand, and also founders need to realize that this capital that both of us have raised actually comes with very limited shelf life. They come in with the purpose to exit. Nobody is there to say that I'm going to stay with you for 20 years, right? We will have visions to build it over decades. Nobody will have that. Their fund structure does not technically allow them to do that. This is across most people, very few exceptions to it. So just by that structure, if let's say if you are developing something which the time to market is about 7 years, then this investor is not interested in that, even if it changes the world. In the sense, very few guys are able to appreciate some of those things. I think you will find that sort of a capital in the US. You will find it in more of the developed markets where they're able to take such decisions, because in the US, you can go and list yourself if you have a great IP with zero revenue and you'll still do well. You cannot do that in India. We're still not ready, right? Like, even if you're a great company and you have like shrinking profits, you get beaten up badly. And that is the reality. We are not still ready as a country to appreciate some of those things. We're just not seen as that. So it is a hard battle. I don't have an answer to say if you have to be this or that. But knowing what is around, if I would have a recommendation, is to kind of build it more profitably, even if it takes time. I don't know if you want to add to that.
Yeah, only other dimension, I think Rohan's right in that sense, right? The dimension that I would, as an entrepreneur, apply the lens is, do you have one business is sustainable and profitable, which I think you had. So, if the unit economics of that is not getting disturbed, that you're able to do, this is an incremental aspect. You might want to see it differently as well and position it differently as well, because you have a running business which is unit economics profitable, which is super important. Because if you try to put your R&D into that and then make it completely unprofitable as a whole business, then it becomes challenging. You might want to look at that from a Segway standpoint. Even if all the things he said is right, but even if you look at it, that's the only choice I see to depend.
Rohit, so both Rohit and Bhaskar, your personal capacity, have you made investments in any companies? And what did you look for? Why did you make investments?
I started investing. So I actually started with an incubator within Cloud9 maybe 2013, simply because I don't know if I mentioned, I'm a computer science engineer. I did not want to lose sight of what people are building, and I thought I could offer up a simple sandbox where we open up a lot of anonymized data and have people come and build on it. That was my first in working with other founders, and a couple of them actually became very successful very soon, and I was their first customer. They were sitting right next to me and doing what they were doing, and I was like, how did I miss out on this? Because I had no equity. I kept it as a very simple thing, saying I want to be their first customer at low or no fees. That was my thing, saying I would have won by that, but I had no equity. So 2015 is when I really started investing. Very little capital because did not have anything then. So it was more to build an access with a bunch of founders. It was more for me to actually learn from them on how they are doing different things. So started investing from then till about 22, where graduated to then being able to take capital from others and putting up a proper fund structure. So for me, I have been investing for over 10 years.
Yeah, I'm not really actively investing right now given the company's place and stage, because it's been harder. But I have continued to do investments. I'm passionate for two, three things, right? So first is, I don't do it for returns. I do it for a mission. So essentially, for example, I have pretty large positions in ag tech, for example, in agriculture, safe vegetables and food for people. It's super close to me, for example. I've been looking at healthcare, looking at things where I think it's truly changing things, right? So it's important for, I think, The foundational aspects is what I look at. But more importantly, I look for really entrepreneurs who have the craziest ideas with 0.1% of probability of success, but it's really crazy, really large, really possible. Those are things that I really back. That's only big.
I have just one sort of golden rule that I apply. I am only trying to assess the why more than the how. Because quite often, if you're adamant about why, like how these guys were adamant about how they go, why they're going after something, the how will somehow figure out, right? So for me, that's the biggest filter. If I can see that in the founders that they're really keen on doing this, again, the kind of capital, not now, before, the kind of capital that we would invest, it doesn't change anybody's life, right? But the fact is, if you're able to be a part of their journey where they're able to kind of do life-changing stuff, the fruits of that is like far, far greater. I don't think as angel investing you can even have anything to do on, telling terms or I want my exit in 4 years. It's not going to happen. It's just, you're there for the night.
That's true.
So, hi Robert, hi Bhaskar. My question is mainly to Bhaskar. First of all, very interesting. Okay, very thank you for sharing that. Bhaskar, it has to do with your future outlook. I just wanted your thoughts and about maybe technologies in media. I was thinking along the lines of AR and VR. And maybe a parallel question would be on other markets, China, Japan, South Korea, Asian markets, what's among its position there? Just some thoughts.
Okay, given we are public, I will have to reduce the information that I provide you, but directionally, right? Directionally, obviously, I think we are very excited about the whole media transformation that's happening worldwide, both in terms of as consumers and how we are actually accessing content. Given immersive era is very close, obviously, I don't know if people are going to wear glasses and watch content, but other than that, we see a significant opportunity, and AI is changing a lot at the back end in terms of how we generate content, what's a game and what's a video. I don't think we will have any sort of delineations in the next couple of years to look at, right? So those are direction stuff that we're really investing in as a company and talk about it. Obviously, we are a global company, continue to progress, we continue to grow. We did Brazil, we did France, we did Germany, we did Korea, Japan, Australia. We launched all of that last year. We continue to kind of look at markets very mindfully about where we want to go and continue to go. It's a global business. We love to build a large global business, and that's what's really going through that process.
Okay, thank you, folks. We are here for a little bit, in case you guys want to come and say hi. Anything else? Yes. Just want to quickly thank the Thai organizers, Ritu and the team. Thank you so much for having us here. And for all the members who come here, thank you so much.
We are going to use our applause for we heard of Sandeep and Pawan business. Yeah, please join us. Yeah.
Come.
That's very fun.
And some follow-ups.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Chatting with Srikanta in the morning.
Oh, is it? Okay.
He was the happiest wife.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We also want to yeah, so we have something for
Okay.
Not pizza, don't eat it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very nice.
Okay. So just before we wait for networking, one quick announcement. Our whole business summit is coming up on the 19th. So those who are real estate architecture, interior design, should operate in that space we love to value where for the time that the chance we are doing. It's a full day summit. You interact with PCs and entrepreneurs who are operating in this space and we love to value it. Reach out to our membership team as well.
Take a nice war chest now of capital.
Yeah, that's 1,500 plus crores.
Will increase this. So, with that said,
Primary capital
yes,
without a purpose for it was limited.
and
There's some limitation, but it's not bad. At least we could